Shalom, shalom, Israel. I want to first and foremost start by giving infinite praise unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakha, Kadash. I like to say Shalom, wa Hashem, Yakabad, Gadawala, Rakhab, Zaquinium Nawa, wa Hashali Yakim Nawa, which of course is double honors to our elders and our apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom, wa Barakim, Labakarium, Shah Yasha Allah, which is peace and blessings to the elects of Israel. Real quick, just want to get into a quick lesson. Brother has sent this on the chat. I thought I might as well go ahead and put it on wax. But as you can see, the title reads Retail store closings 2020, a list of chains that have closed stores amid coronavirus pandemic. All right, and this is from July 3rd. There's also from NJ.com. So this is a New Jersey article, so to speak. So it's going to give a lot of information to do with stores in New Jersey as well as nationally. I'm going to just read a little bit of this. And of course, we compare spiritual things to spiritual things, all right? Because the average person looking at this is just like, damn, all of these stores closing, thinking that this is something, thinking that it's a terrible thing that's going on. But in actuality, these are the prophecies of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. We understand that the Lord is bringing this place down to its knees, man. Not even just America, places all around the world, it's just going to hit here even harder. You got Venezuela, okay? You got Brazil, all right? China. There's atrocities going on all throughout the world, but I'm going to just go ahead and read a little bit of this. It says, the brick and mortar retail industry has had a rough few years, and now the coronavirus pandemic is causing even more turmoil. Over the last several weeks, many major retail chains have announced permanent store closings and filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So you got a lot of stores that are closing down. It's going to give you a list of it too. And I'm going to just skim through this. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Though as well, I'll put it inside the description box if you want more details. But one of the stores that's closing is your 24-hour fitness, And you got all these stores that they listed in, New Jersey that are closing down. All right, that's closing down permanently. It says 7 New Jersey locations that permanently close are such and such. So you got you have these 7 locations, man. All right. Then you also have AT&T. It says wireless carrier AT&T is planning to permanently close more than 250 of its stores and cut at least 3,400 jobs nationwide. So this is not a light thing, man. All right, you have 3,000 people who are going to be unemployed. These are people who have children to feed, bills to pay, the whole nine, man. All right. But we're starting to see the economy of this place crumbling. And this is why we prophesy for our people not to trust or put their trust and faith in this place. All right. The scriptures say that this is not our rest. OK, so it says Bath and Body Works. You got 51 stores closing. All right. Your Fairway Market. It says the Paramus location closed in May after Amazon purchased it following the supermarket chain Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And you also have the Gap, the clothing company, indefinitely suspended rents in May, about $115 million per month in North America. Jeez, man. It says there are 28 Gap stores in New Jersey and 1,700 worldwide, according to the company's website. All right. GNC, that's another one. It says the nutrition supplement retailer filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in June and plans to close up to 1,200 stores, man, including at least 10 in New Jersey, as the company searches for a buyer. See that? So all of these places are permanently closing down, man, filing for bankruptcy. It's literally a retail apocalypse. You know, some of these stores aren't even retail stores. Some of these stores are, you know, like GNC is a supplement store. You know, nutrients and supplement stores. You know, Bath and Body Works. You know, that's well, I guess that's retail as well, but different types of retail. You know, nevertheless, you got all these places closing. You know, and that means people are losing their jobs, man. People are losing meals from the table. You know, it says there are currently over 100 GNC stores in New Jersey, including the Rite Aid licensed store. Then you got the Gordmans, all right, filed for bankruptcy. Okay. And as you can see, Microsoft, it says Microsoft, computer and technology giant Microsoft has announced plans to permanently close almost all of its 82 retail stores. Man. So like I said, brothers, you know, Party City, the Pier 1 Imports. Let's see how much is closing. Yep, filed for bankruptcy for the Pier 1 Imports. Party City closes 21 stores. Sears, all right. It says Sears is shuttering in Rockaway and Hackensack stores for good. Okay. It says once these two locations shutter, Sears will be left with just one department store in New Jersey, Newport Center in New Jersey City, located at such and such. Okay. It says the struggling company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2018. In October 2018, it has experienced many store closures since then. All right, so I think you brothers get the point on how a lot of these places are closing down, man. All right, you got the Zara, all of these places, man. The Lord is truly stirring up something, man. All right, and we know that this is what all according to prophecy, man. We compare those spiritual things, all right. And you know I got to get that Zephaniah, but I'm gonna jump back to that. I want to grab this real quick. All right, you know we got to compare spiritual things and the spiritual things. We compare the things that were written of old that applied to these old kingdoms, all right, that applied to these old countries and economies, all right, and applied to what's going on right now, okay? So this is Ezekiel chapter 27 and verse 25. It says, the ships of Tarshish did sing of thee in thy market. Okay. Now Tarshish, I believe, is a place along the Red Sea where there was a lot of trade going on. All right, because the Red Sea leads into the Mediterranean, all right, which pretty much is surrounded by a multitude of countries like Greece, Italy, Spain, etc. You know, so they'll do a lot of trade. Okay. It says, and thou wast replenished and made very glorious in the midst of the seas. Okay. It says, thy rowers have brought thee into great waters. Like I mentioned to you, the Red Sea leads into what? The Mediterranean Sea. All right. It also leads to the Arabian Sea. It's like a midway path. It's right in between Egypt and I believe Saudi Arabia. Okay. Matter of fact, I actually got a map pulled up just so brothers can see it, so you can get a visual. This is the Red Sea right here. And Tarshish should be somewhere along this sea line area. And then you see how it leads. If you go right here, this river actually turns into like a small bit of a stream and then leads all the way up into the Mediterranean. You see that with all these countries. So that's how a lot of trade was going on. And then you also got the Arabian Sea right here, which it leads to, all right, with the multitude of these other countries. All right. So that's how you had a lot of trade going on. So when you go back to the scriptures, all right, you could understand it better. It says, thy rowers have brought thee into great waters. The east wind have broken thee in the midst. Thy riches and thy fares, thy merchandise, thy mariners and thy pilots, thy caulkers, and thy occupiers of thy merchandise, and all thy men of war that are in thee, and in all the company, what is in the midst of thee, shall fall into the midst of the seas in the day of thy ruin. Okay? So all of these things are going to fail, man. All right. And these are all of the things that America is pretty much thriving off of too. Not even just America, because we mentioned Babylon. All right. But the Lord, talks about pretty much how he's going to take down all these kingdoms, man. OK, so we seeing it trickle to these other countries first. And then what? The biggest always falls the hardest, man. All right. Now, verse 28, it says, the suburbs shall shake at the sound of thy cry of thy pilots, and all that handle the old and the mariners and the pilots of the sea shall come down from their ships. They shall stand upon the land. All right. They shall cause the voice to be heard against thee, to be heard against thee, and shall cry bitterly, and shall cast up dust upon their heads, and shall wallow themselves in the ashes. Okay. And that means what? They're going to be brought down to a state of confusion, man. All right. Because all those things that it mentioned, man, it said what? That merchandise, thy occupiers of merchandise, thy pilots, thy riches, thy fares. Okay. All of those things are going to fail, man. Okay. And we see that happening. We see that happening. All right. With all of these retail stores, man. Okay. The merchandise is failing, man. All right. People are worried more about how they're going to feed their children, man, and they're losing their jobs. All right. And sooner or later, they're going to lose their wits, man. All right. So let me just make this quick. I just want to grab two more precepts. This is Zephaniah. Of course, I got to bring this out. Zephaniah chapter 1 and 11. Classic. It says, how ye inhabitants of Miktesh and all the merchant people, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Okay. And we understand that what Miktesh was an ancient city where a lot of trade was going on. Okay. Your modern day Wall Street. All right. But what happened to Miktesh? It said for them to howl. Why? Because they were cut down. Okay. Their markets crashed. All right. Just like the markets, okay, in Babylon are going to crash. And this is a future prophecy. It says, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in the heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Okay. Therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. And they shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and shall plant vineyards, but not drink thereof. Okay. So those people are going to come to desolation. The ones who are trusting, all right, in this petrodollar. All right, the ones who are trusting in this system. Okay. Now, real quick, I want to grab this. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 34 and verse 7. Okay, because we spoke about those who trusted in it, right? Who trusted in that dollar, man. Chasing that money, chasing the bag. Okay. Verse 7, it says, for dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them. Okay. So those that put their trust in the American dream. All right. And this is talking about actual dreams. When you go to sleep and you have a dream, you think it to be true. All right. And the scripture saying what? That dreams have failed many. Okay. But you have also a lot of people who put their trust in America. All right. Who put their trust in this economy, who put their trust in that petrodollar. But it's going to fail them, man. And really, the scriptures say what? That we should be setting our affections on high. All right. We should be putting our heart, our mind, our body, and spirit, okay, in the mindset of the kingdom, man. A kingdom mindset. Okay. And really, we should be investing in the spirit. Okay. Not to say that it's a wicked thing to invest money. I'm just saying that our people fully invest their spirits, okay, their whole life, all right, into mammon, into money. The scriptures say you can't serve the Most High and mammon, all right? So they trusted in that American dream, but we understand that what? It's going to fail them terribly, okay? So with that, I hope this was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat, Hashem, Rakah, Kadash. Till next time, Shalom, brothers.